Hi students, welcome to second year commerce. We are in the lesson banking services. Very interesting and important one for the examination point of view as well as your life point of view. Because you are commerce students, easily you can enter into banking field either by writing the exam of IBPS, Indian Board for Personal Selection, and various other exams. Even if not in the national sector, nationalized banks, you can establish your own private bank also. That's what yesterday I have given the example. Functions means what it has to perform as a bank. That is the meaning of functions. Means at our respective position, what are the activities we undertake is called as functions. Yesterday, I have given the clear algorithm that how the banks perform, how many sectors in society we have got. I told you that we have got two sectors, one is surplus where money is extra, the other sector is deficit, money is shortage. So we have to flow funds from this surplus sector to deficit sector, means we have to provide them loans. In surplus sector, people have got excess money. How they got the excess money? Their earning is more than the expenditure. Their income is more than the expenditure, so they got the savings. So that's how they have got excess money. That not only excess money from the individual employees, but from agriculture sector, from entrepreneurs, from industrialists. So out of their expenditure, they may have some profits. We may have some excess earning. Maybe a farmer have got very good commercial crop. So over his investment, he might have earned some money. Maybe a college owner might have made profit out of his activity. Like that, different people in the society will have some extra money over their expenditure. So all those people will fall into the category of surplus sector, whereas the other people will be suffering for money. That means they require money to do some activity. Okay. So now, yesterday in the previous class, I told you that bank acts as a bridge between these two. Bank acts as a bridge between these two sectors. One sector is surplus, the other sector is deficit. So I am the bank. I take money from the surplus sector and give it over to deficit sector, not at free of cost. In my previous class, I have clearly told that they will collect interest from the deficit sector. Out of that, some will be paid to the surplus sector people, and remaining money they will keep for their maintenance of expenses. So that is the banking activity. So what are the other functions it will perform? In detail, we are going to learn today. So the functions performed by any bank is divided into two categories. One is primary, the next is secondary services. Let us discuss about primary functions in this class. Primary means main. What is the main function? It is called as primary. Extra, secondary. For example, in a college, the other day I told you a clear example. Primary function here is to teach. Secondary function will be giving notes, conducting examinations. That is different. So primary means, first of all, your education should be good. So it means when intermediate students join your college, you have to provide them the better faculty and complete the syllabus on time. So completing the syllabus, teaching the subject is the primary function here. Secondary is different. Secondary function, like we provide the notes, we conduct practical examinations, we conduct sports day, we take tours. We will go for farewell parties, and we make you learn how to write the examinations. All that is secondary. Primary is this one. Clear? So like that, every organization will have some primary functions and some secondary functions. So bank main functions are called as primary functions. The primary functions are again divided into two categories. A is accepting deposits, B advancing loans. Accepting deposits. Many times you see that we go to bank and withdraw cash. Okay. Banks give normally loans, clear, for buying our car, for constructing our new house, to start a industry, okay, to establish a college. Bank provides various forms of loans. But how do the bank get the money? From where do it get it from? Do they print on their own? Many people are at the misconcept. Even sometimes when the commerce graduates, degree students ask me, sir, why always India says that we are not having money? Why can't we print on our own? Machines are there now. Only just some paper is required. So our RBI can print, our banks can circulate. No. We cannot print our own currency. That I will discuss later. I think I might have told you earlier. So during the offline classes, I can tell you what are the requirements to print currency. So bank cannot print currency on its own. Bank doesn't have anything on its own. Bank do not have it is not the machine of making money. Remember this point. Bank is not the machine of making money. It only circulates. It is a mediator. So what it has to do? It doesn't have money with itself. It has to take money from the deposit holders or depositors. Depositors will give money to bank. This money bank gives as loans to customers. Very simple. Actually, I am here. I do not have any money. So someone is here. They have got excess money. Because those people, they believe me, so they can deposit that money into my bank. So I take from them, and on whom I have the confidence, and the people who can repay the amount, when I know that, I can give them as loans. So simply here what I am doing, I am acting as a mediator. From some persons I am taking money, to other persons I am giving the loans. So I do not have any personal money. ओन मनी कुछ भी नहीं है मेरे पास, मैं खुद पैसे तैयार नहीं कर सकता. सो बैंक इज नॉट द मेकर ऑफ मनी, इट इज द मीडिएटर ऑफ मनी. इट टेक्स मनी फ्रॉम द डिपॉजिटर्स and it gives amount to the customers. Okay, in the form of various loans. Now we should know what are the various forms of deposits we see. I hope some of you may be visiting ATM to withdraw cash along with your parents or on your own. When you insert the card and you give your PIN number, okay, the ATM will display the list, nature of the account, current savings, like that Kisan account. So various options are there. So whether you belong to the fixed account category or saving account or current account, you have to press the correct number, correct option you have to choose, then only the ATM allows you to withdraw. If not earlier, next time when you visit ATM, you compulsorily observe this. Once you insert your ATM card and a PIN number is entered, if you want to withdraw the money, the ATM will ask you what is the nature of your account, whether it is current or SB or some Kisan account or some other account. Various categories are displayed on the screen. You have to choose the correct option to which category you belong to. Like in our college, we do not have only one course. Only CEC is not here. Only MEC is not here. Only BIPC is not here. Only MPC is not here. We have got different courses. We have got MEC, we have got CEC, we have got BIPC, we have got MPC. Again combination MEC with CPT, CEC with CPT, MPC with MSET, BIPC with NEET. So here, why we are giving different names, ma? According to the nature of the subject you are studying. Clear? According to the subject, the course name is given. Similarly, according to the features, according to the flexibility, according to the rate of interest, accounts or say the deposits are categorized into 4. Okay, the deposits are of 4 types. Deposits are of 4 types. First one is fixed deposits. What do you mean by fixed deposits? Certain amount is deposited certain amount is deposited with bank for a certain period. Means you cannot withdraw that money when and where you require. Suppose say as on 6th October 2020, if you have deposited 50,000 for 1 year, you can withdraw that money only on 6th October 2021, because you have given the time to the banker 1 year. You have written in the form that the amount of 50,000 is deposited for 1 year. So in between that you cannot withdraw. Okay. Nowadays the bankers are allowing, but you will not be given that rate of interest. So if you keep that money for full 1 year, you will get high rate of interest. What is interest? The excess money charged or given to the lender is called as interest. For example, if you take 100 rupees on 1st October from someone else, on 1st November you have to pay 105 rupees. This 5 rupees is called as interest. I hope most of you know this. In Hindi we call it as badge or badge, whatever it may be. So in Telugu it is called vadi. English it is interest. So why do we deposit money into bank? Because we get this extra money. Suppose you deposit in the year 2020 10,000 rupees. In 2021 you may get 11,000. What is the extra money you are getting? 1,000 rupees. This 1,000 rupees is called interest. 1,000 rupees is called interest. Always interest is calculated as per rate, like 5%, 7% or 12%. Like this it is mentioned, not in terms of amounts. Banker always specifies a rate of interest. So according to your amount, that may increase or decrease. If you deposit more money, you will get more interest. For example, see, you have deposited only 10,000, you are getting 1,000 rupees as interest. Someone, a very rich person, might have deposited 1 lakh. So he will get 1,10,000 after 1 year. So that becomes 10,000 rupees interest. So if you give more money to the banker, he will pay you more interest. So the interest what you receive from the banker is directly proportional to your principal amount. In your school level you might have studied simple interest is equal to PTR by 100, 8th class, 9th class mathematics. SI is equal to PTR by 100. In terms of compound interest, CI is equal to P plus, okay, P into 1 plus R by 100 all to the power of N was the formula. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. All these calculations you have done in your school level. So interest is the extra amount paid for taking someone's money. Okay, so because the banker is paying you extra money, because he is using your money. Similarly here, if you are the borrower, you have taken 1 lakh rupees from bank, you have to pay 1,13,000. Okay, for construction of a house or for buying a new car, for establishing a business, if you have taken loan from the bank 1 lakh rupees, after 1 year you have to pay 1,13,000. 13,000 you have to pay extra. That extra amount is called interest. So the bank is taking you from 13,000, giving the customers only 10,000. So 3,000 rupees the banker is saving. Got this point? So the banker is saving 3,000 rupees. That will be used as his expenses, for his expenses, maybe for payment of bank premises rent, payment of salaries of bank employees and other expenses. Clear? Next, current deposits. Current deposits means here, as the name indicated, the money will be continuously flowing in and out. That means into the bank, in case of a current account, the customer will be depositing and withdrawing. It takes deposits and withdrawals will be continuous. Means you won't keep the money in a bank for long period of time. Generally, the current account is opened by the businessmen or say traders. Businessmen or traders. For example, our Sri Medhavi College is here. We need to have deposit money into the bank for more number of times. As and when the student comes and they pay the fees, we have to deposit in the bank. Opposite bank में अपन current account open करें. So we can deposit money and can withdraw money any number of times during a day or during a month. There is no restriction with respect to number of deposits and number of withdrawals in case of current account. Remember this. Current deposit or current account is same. Current deposit or current account is opened by the businessmen or the traders, where they have to deposit and withdraw more number of times. Okay. The banker cannot say that already you have done the transaction in the morning, the amount is very huge, already you have withdrawn, number of transactions are over. No. Such restrictions are not there. You can withdraw 5 lakhs rupees at a time. You can deposit 50,000, 50 lakhs rupees at a time. A day you can visit bank for 10 times. 10 checks you can draw. Because nowadays you know that the money is coming and going through the bank only. Because we are following the digital payment system. We are using the electronic means of remitting funds. So every businessman is using bank to circulate their money, to transfer funds from one person to another person or from one place to another place. We are making use of the banking services. That is the reason in the recent times banks have gained lot of importance in the Indian economy. Economy will develop only when the banks develop. So that is the role of banking. That is the reason they are providing more and more services by allowing the customers to open different types of accounts. So in case of current account, a businessman or a trader, any customer who has opened the current account can deposit money or can withdraw money any number of times to any extent also. Large amount of money or small amount of money, number of times, banker is not going to oppose you. But you are not given interest. Here, zero interest. Remember this point. Fixed deposit, you will get interest according to the duration. If it is for 1 year, it may be 7.5%. It is for 2 years or 3 years, it may be 8.5. As the duration increases, your interest will increase. Okay, here you can see, for 1 lakh rupees for 1 year, you are getting 10,000. If you deposit the same with the banker for 3 years, you may get 35,000 rupees interest. It gets accumulated. Jama hote rehta. The longer the period you keep your money in the bank, the higher the interest you receive. जितना ज़्यादा दिन आपके पैसे बैंक में रहेंगे, आपको उतना ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. So that is for fixed deposits. But current account holders, whatever the volume of money you keep with the banker for any number of months or any number of years, you are not going to be given the interest. Because banker cannot use your money. Because you don't know and the banker don't know how many days you are going to keep your money with the bank and when you are going to withdraw your cash. It is a current flow. Current means continuation activity. So money is coming and going out. Money is coming and going out. So bank cannot use it. Bank will pay you interest only if he can use it. Okay. So in a current account, money comes from one side and it will be flowing. That's it. I cannot use it. Only it changes hands. So that is the reason banker will not pay any interest to the current account holders. Next comes saving deposits. Saving deposits are also called as demand deposits. Means you can deposit money and you can withdraw money at any time. Like fixed deposit, there is no duration. Like only on specified date you have to withdraw according to the term, according to the duration you have deposited. So in terms of saving account, there is no fixed duration. Morning you can deposit, evening you can withdraw. Clear? So 6th of October today, suppose I have received salary from Sri Medhavi College, I will go to the bank and I will deposit. Today I will deposit. Tomorrow I will withdraw to make various payments. I can do it, no problem. The banker is not going to oppose. Sir, you have deposited yesterday only, na? Why you are withdrawing today? In the morning only you have deposited, why you are withdrawing in the evening? No. Banker is not going to object for that. So in saving account also, we will get interest. Here 0 interest, here interest is high. When compared to fixed, here it is low. Remember this point. When compared to fixed deposits, on saving deposits, the rate of interest will be less. Okay. Another problem on saving account is the banker may impose certain restrictions on number of withdrawals and the volume of money. जितने पैसे आप करंट अकाउंट में डिपॉजिट कर सकते और विड्रॉ कर सकते, उतने पैसे आप सेविंग अकाउंट में नहीं कर सकते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू वांट टू डिपॉजिट 5 lakhs एट ए टाइम. द बैंकर सेज दैट, सॉरी सर, yours is saving account, per day you can deposit only 2 lakhs. So 5 lakhs what you have to do? One day 2 lakhs, the next day 2 lakhs, and third day 1 lakh you have to deposit. So like that, certain restrictions may be, I am saying maybe. Nowadays, according to the competition, the bankers are giving some sort of flexibility. Prior, when you were depositing into fixed nature, banker was not allowing to withdraw, but now they are allowing to withdraw even in the middle of the duration also. By reducing some interest, they are allowing the customers to break up that fixed deposit. So similarly, with respect to saving account, earlier we had so many restrictions with respect to the amount you are depositing or the number of withdrawals you are making per day. There may be some restrictions, but nowadays, because of the competition existing among the banks, they are giving little bit flexibility in terms of volume of money, in terms of number of transactions. But there may be, that is the reason I am saying there may be some restrictions. रह सकते किसके ऊपर, कितना अमाउंट ऑफ डिपॉजिट करना, कितना अमाउंट ऑफ विड्रॉ करना, and how many number of withdrawals and deposits you can make, how many number of transactions you can make on a particular day may be restricted by the banker. Then the fourth one is recurring. What do you mean by recurring? Recurring is nothing but reoccurring. Recurring is nothing but reoccurring. Means in this case of account, same amount is deposited for certain months. Same amount is deposited for certain months. Means every month 5,000 rupees. Like January to December. 1 year, if every month you go on depositing, it becomes 60,000, 60. 12 months, 5,000 you are depositing every month into 12. So 5,000 into 12 comes to 60,000. So at the end of the year, banker will give you 60,000 plus interest. Okay, it is your wish. Suppose you want more money. Suppose you want 1 lakh above at the end of the 1 year. So every month you fix that, I will deposit 10,000. See, in saving account, in a particular month you can deposit 5,000, next month you can deposit only 50, 1 month you need not deposit anything. So in saving account, you can deposit invariable amounts. Suppose there are no expenses, you can save more, you can deposit more amount. But when in the month of festival or some reasons, you got more expenses, you did not save anything, so you need not deposit anything, it's okay. So here, the amount will keep on changing. It will not be same, whatever you are depositing with the bank. But in case of recurring deposit, you will be depositing the same amount. Try to understand here. Same amount, 5,000 every month. January 5,000, February 5,000. Suppose you start your account in the month of October. October may 5,000 deposit karna, November also 5,000, December also 5,000, like that. You cannot change. You cannot say to the banker that, sir, this month I have got so many expenses, I cannot deposit 5,000. No. If you are capable of doing, then only you go for recurring deposit. Otherwise, you go for saving account. Clear? So these are the 4 commonly opened accounts by any customer with the bank. Almost all banks in India, either private sector or public sector, are allowing these type of accounts with their bank. So once you become a major, that means at the age of 18 years and you start earning, even you can open your account. Now also you can open, but with the guardian account. That means by the name of your parent you have to open account. Your parents can deposit money into your account. Individually you cannot open account because you have not attained the age of 18 years. So as per the Indian Act, only a person who attains 18 years of age is authorized to sign. So once you get 18 years of age, you can open the account. Nowadays for scholarships, students are allowed to open zero account with the name of student and parent as guardian. You are allowed to open the account. So like that bankers are allowing these 4 types of deposits. In our next class, we discuss about the advancing of loans. That's all for today.